Hey students, welcome to your weekly video for this week. Your big assignment for this week is that your 7.19 test is due on Friday. We will spend some time going over that test and doing some things related to Renaissance art. In our agenda for this week, we're going to talk about Unit 7 in the Renaissance a little. I want to go over a Kahoot with you to help you study. We're going to analyze, assess, make observations, evaluate, and interpret. Wow. Make sure that you have turned in your art project. Y'all, this was due in September. Please make sure that you've got that finished and turned in. It was worth a lot of points. It's making a big difference in your grade. Also, make sure that you have taken and passed all of your tests. You had one in Unit 1, one at Unit 3, one in Unit 5, and then you have the one due on Friday of this week. Make sure that you're using your test and quiz retakes. Here's our learning objective: interpret, evaluate, and justify artistic decisions in artwork by itself, peers, other artists, such as that in museums, local galleries, art exhibits, and websites. Okay, we will have a final exam in art. Oh my goodness, I just heard everybody sigh. I heard it. So, if you want to make sure that you don't have to take the final exam in art, be sure that you have an 80 in the course or better. If you have an 80 or better, you will be exempted from the final exam. Okay, this is very important. I know that there is a cutoff date, and we will give you that date as soon as possible. But as long as you make sure that you have an 80 at all times, then you should be good to go. Let us know if you have any questions. Okay, so the first thing that I want to do is I want us to do a little AI experiment. I'm going to actually send y'all into Google. If you look at the first link under the video that starts with artsandculture.google.com, I want you to go ahead and click on that. And what we are going to do is, here, let me move my, hello, there we go. We are going to take a Renaissance artwork and we are going to change it up a little bit. So go ahead and click on that link. And then I'm going to show you really quickly kind of how to use it, okay? Let me see if I can get this. Okay, so it's going to take you to Google Arts and Culture, okay? Let me make this a little bit bigger, okay? What you'll do is you will scroll down. Scroll down, scroll down. Then, see where it says Discover this art movement? You're just going to select one of these paintings. There's tons more than what I'm showing on the screen, okay? But I'm just going to go ahead and pick this one, just so we can do it together. Okay, at this point, I want you to click on Art Remix. Okay, and then this thing's going to pop up. Okay, and what you can do at this point is you can change some of these things in here and recreate it with AI. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say a painting by Leonardo da Vinci that depicts a face. I'm going to say instead of a face, let's say a bird. And you can use their suggestions or you can do your own, right? I mean, like you could put in there a painting that depicts Elmo, right? You do it your way, okay? But see, look how AI is changing it up. And then you can click on this one. Let's say a line of cats. Let's just see how bizarre we can make this thing. Oh my goodness. Look at how hard it's thinking. It's going to be amazing. I can tell already. Okay. So I don't know if that's a line of cats, but or if that's even a cat. Anyway, y'all can play with this. Oh my goodness. And look at our girl. She's kind of Mona Lisa-esque. I don't know. Anyway, play with that. Have fun with it. See what you think about switching things around with these AI paintings, with these Renaissance paintings with AI. See what you think. Share what you made on your teacher's Padlet, and I think we'll have some fun doing that. I do want to ask you a couple questions about what you made, if I can get there. Okay, so number one, do you like the artwork that you made? Do you think that yours is better than what the Renaissance artist made? Why or why not? Did you change the tags or the descriptions that it gave you? Do you see areas of high and low contrast? Of course, this is going way, way back to Unit 1. Do you feel that the piece is balanced? The one that I just made was not. Would a Renaissance artist use AI, not AT? Would a Renaissance artist use AI if they were alive today? What are your opinions, right? So when you put up your artwork that you make on the teacher's Padlet, answer some of those questions and give us your feelings on this AI generated artwork, as I'm sure we will be broadly divided on how we feel about it. Okay, so let's discuss a few things about the Renaissance before we go into our Kahoot, okay? This work of art, let me move my face one more time. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this work of art is called the Pieta. It was made by Michelangelo. It is in St. Peter's in the Vatican in Rome. The Pieta is an Italian word that means pity. This is Mary and this is Jesus. Okay, that's who Michelangelo was depicting. Michelangelo was commissioned by the Vatican to sculpt a Pieta for St. Peter's Basilica. It shows the solemn moment when Mary, the mother of Jesus, cradles and mourns her son. So, as you know at this point, a common theme for the Renaissance is religious. That is a common theme. Religion was a common theme. So, to give the Pieta a sense of harmony and stability, Michelangelo arranged the two figures with a triangle, within a triangle. Okay, so hopefully you can see my little arrow. Let me see. Watch my little arrow. Okay, then let's go down this side. And then we've got the bottom. Okay, see that triangle? This is called a pyramid configuration. So I also want you to notice that to create some visual stability, Michelangelo made Mary much bigger than her grown son. So at this point, Jesus was a man, okay? Look at the size of Jesus's leg. Look at the size of Mary's leg, y'all. Do you see how much bigger Mary is than Jesus? And he did that to create some visual stability in his sculpture. Okay, when I've shown this to classes before, they're like, dude, Mary's been working out, right? So here's a little fun fact. Michelangelo, after he made the Pieta, he went to go see it in St. Peter's one night. And there was a visitor who was talking about it and saying that, that some other artist had made the sculpture. Well, Michelangelo gets so upset about this that he sneaks back in to the Vatican and he carves this across Mary's chest, and it says, Michelangelo made this. And it is the only sculpture, it's the only artwork that Michelangelo ever signed. So let me go back real quick to this so that you can see where the sash was. It's right across here. Okay? Isn't that funny? I thought that was kind of funny. Okay, so let me just show you a few more examples of this pyramid configuration. Okay, as you can see, this one has a dotted line. We've got this one to kind of show it to you. Why don't you take your finger and draw the line in the Mona Lisa right here. I'll do it with my pointer. Okay, this was a very popular, obviously, way to paint. Okay, this is Peter Bruegel's composition. The compositions are typically complex with diagonal lines drawing the viewer's eye into the background. Okay, so I'm going to draw you some lines in just a second. Notice the effect created by the line of trees right here. See how they're getting smaller into the background? And that's drawing your eye to the background. Notice the effect created by the line of trees leading from the foreground diagonally into the background. Okay? Now, I know you don't have whiteboard tools, but what you can do is you can use your finger, or if you're watching this on your computer, you can use your mouse and kind of draw that line, okay? You can also kind of see it with these houses, the tree line. Okay, and here's the line drawn for you. Notice the effect created by the line of trees leading from the foreground diagonally into the background. So he made distant objects lighter. Look back here into the distance and see how light these background objects are, and less detailed than the objects in the front. So does anybody know what this technique was called? Any guesses there? It was called atmospheric perspective. Whoops, why is it? There we go. It was called atmospheric perspective. So, what is a Renaissance characteristic that is exhibited in Michelangelo's Pieta? Is it A, the including of unflattering features, warts and all, B, lack of interest in religious themes, or C, the pyramid configuration creating a sense of harmony and stability? The answer is, of course, C, the pyramid configuration. Okay, let's do another. Peter Bruegel uses what Northern Renaissance characteristic? Complex compositions and used atmospheric perspective to create a sense of depth, created scenes with religious symbolism, or depicted the individual people in great detail. What do you think? Absolutely used complex compositions and atmospheric perspective to create a sense of depth. Very good. Okay, so I do have a Kahoot. Well, I've got multiple ways for you to study for this test, okay? Number one, you can use the notes. The notes are in the content. The notes are in the, help me out, the semester checklist, okay? And the notes are also in your weekly email, okay? You can study that way. We've got flashcards for you to use, okay? You can find the flashcards in all of those areas as well. Or you can use the Kahoot, and you will find the link to the Kahoot underneath this video. Now, if you would like to learn more, we have got a way for you to draw Michelangelo's David, how to draw a how-to draw his face. You can click the link in the chat, and that will take you to the video. Okay, here are your reminders. Make sure that you've turned in your art project. Make sure that you take your 7.19 test. And y'all, making sure that you have an 80 in this class so that you don't have to take the exam. If you have any questions, please get in touch with your teachers. Y'all have a great week.